welcome to another recording for our TRISudbury YouTube channel. Tonight it's more members of our lovely committee, so who keep everything working behind the scenes and keep the club ticking over and have various roles to make decisions and do a vast array of work that a lot of us don't see day to day. So tonight it's Ian White, who's a member of the committee, and Sarah Hibble, who is in charge of all things kit and keeping us looking red and black out and about. Normally you'll find people on and off the triathlon events, always in red and black, which is always good to promote the club. So first off, Ian, hello.
Hi there.
Tell us a bit about yourself and what your role is within the committee.
So I guess I'm one of the vets. My role in the committee, I think I was supposed to be building a shed. That was the original story. And then Mark said, well, I said to him, where's the shed? And he said, oh, I don't know, but do you want to come and join the committee? So there's quite a lot of roles where people are needed, like to do ad hoc things. And I think if we'd had a triathlon last year, I'd have had more to do. There's a rumour that if Nikki leaves as secretary, then I might take that role. I'm hoping she doesn't leave, but you know, I'm there just to help out, and you know, as we kick off and the COVID goes, I'll hope to be more involved with stuff.
Awesome. And what made you join TRISudbury?
God, I mean, I think you were all over park run, so I couldn't really ignore you, but I had been trying to get into triathlons for like a long time, and I was, I think like a lot of people, it's really common, I was scared of the swimming, and the first try I did, I gave myself a really aggressive like swim time, and I got swum over twice. That was the Stowmarket one, and I came back from that, and one thing I was really impressed with was like Sudbury kind of owned that event. We had I wasn't part of the club then, but you had a support tent, and I was like, wow, it looks really, really well managed. And then I thought, I'll do the Sudbury try, and then I'll join on the same day. So I think that's roughly what happened. But I did the 2019, so the last try event. Gave myself a bit of an easy swim time, and it all went very smoothly. But I mean, really, at the event, I think I'd borrowed Tony Ellis's flip flops and got chatting with him, and people were just saying, look, you know, if you can't swim, just come along, and Sheila and Alistair will sort you out. They'll break your stroke into little pieces, or your freestyle stroke, and they'll put it all back together again. And yeah, last night I think Farley were really impressed with my swimming, and then Leon came and shot me down and said, "Yeah, you still look like a robot, Ian." But so yeah, so that
it's good technique. Oh, fantastic. So what have you got planned? Obviously 2020 has been a bit of a write-off, but what are your main events and goals for 2021?
Yeah, so I've only it's really difficult because there's nothing really on the calendar which is coming up, but I'm hoping. So I always do the Mud and Mayhem duathlon, which is run out of Thetford Forest, and it's sometime in March normally, and it's normally the first day of spring. Whenever you do it, it might be snow on the ground, but the sun will come out, and it's a really good event. And then I'm going to sort of focus on like local inter-club events. I want to do sort of sprint and Olympic distance, and I'm really keen. Like this year, I was entered into the Alba Tri with loads of my family, and we had a sort of family team. That didn't happen. I think for me, like an Ironman is probably next year's goal. That, you know, it's a year back now because I had an injury and stuff, so I'm coming back from that. And there's a couple of other things, like there's a 4K swim in Rutland. I did that once, and I want to. You have to do it in 2 hours. It's gated, and it's a killer.
Wow.
That I mean, I'm sure I did it in like 1 hour 55 before I even joined. I just to join the Tri Club. So I want to go back, and then I'll come back and I'll tell you all how I improved.
Got to get a PB on that one, no pressure.
Yeah. And then I mean, it should be running now. There's the cross country mountain bike series, which is being done in Hawley Park, where the cross country running series is being done. I'd like to do that. And then I'm a member of Sudbury Cycle Club as well, so I'm going to do their time trial series, which is really good. And I want to do this. They do the Seamer Hill climb, which is about as close as we get in Sudbury to doing anything alpine. And they all come out, and everybody's kind of cheering on the hill. And you all end up in the Hollow Trees Cafe at the end for a bacon sandwich. And that's about October. And then you can kind of put the bike away for the winter and get the mountain bike out. My other personal goal is to get more people in the club mountain biking. So I've got one coming up next week, and I'll try and keep them running in the winter. I think it's really important, just when the roads get slippy and wet, to get out and do it. In the mud, you can't really do that much harm to yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'd agree with that. They've been really good as well. They're really good routes. So I think it's good for everyone to find out. And I think that's how you find new routes as well, going out with people who know them. And they're routes I wouldn't know just round the corner, and I wouldn't have known they were there. So yeah, I definitely recommend everyone to go on them also. So
now we can join Ben, who's going to pick us up when our bikes get stuck in the mud.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. Thanks, Ian.
Thanks, Ian. One member who's not here tonight, who will be part of this group, is Jackie White, who looks after our marketing. So we'll try and introduce her at another time for one of the videos. But Sarah, I get to ask you the questions for you. So what's your role within the club? Farley's already said, but what does it entail? What do you have to do?
So when I first became the kit officer, we were trying to move, because our supplier that we had, we weren't too happy with some of the bits and pieces. So little help from Mark. I was working on getting our new supplier, slightly tweaking the kit a little bit. And then if anyone ever has an idea or a want, if they just drop me a message, and I'll try and look into it and see if we can do it. And I mean, Farley, I think, found the sock thing really, really interested in the socks. So I just liaise with CSS. Is it CSS? So I get the names mixed up. For a little while, and now we've got our own club sock. So it's just the little things like that I do.
It's been great, having been in the club for a little while, to see the red and black and literally just take over events, or the bobble hats that you see when you're walking around town.
Oh, it's such a feeling when we go somewhere and you see them all.
It's brilliant. So that's what you do within the committee, and I know it's grown loads, and you've done, the kit looks amazing at the moment. So I'm going to put a little link after our chat after this to contact you if they need to, and find out where we do that.
Yeah, that's great.
How did you join the club? Because I think I was actually here before you.
I've only been 2 years, I think 3 years possibly, and it was only because I used to go to a class at the Kingfisher, and Lindsay, I used to go really early in the morning, and Lindsay started to do one of these classes, and I can't even remember how we started to talk about it, but she every week just said to me, "Oh, do you fancy coming swimming? I know you can ride a bike," and all that. And eventually I went, "Come on then, Lindsay," and I went down and met her, and she said that Suzanne Frost would help me with any of my swim fees, which she did. And that was how I started.
Brilliant.
Really glad.
And I know, as Farley said, this year's not really gone to plan with events, but have you got a year of rolled over events, or have you got some new
More or less a blueprint of this year.
Okay.
So my main aim next year is to get some sort of full iron distance in. At the moment it's the outlaw one. But before that, what we missed this year and recreated in Bungay, I don't know if you all saw our post, was our trip to Holland. So we're hoping that we can actually race in Holland as well next year, and that'll be my first time to race abroad. So I'm really looking forward to that, and that's also a good measure of how good I am at all the free distances. So when I do manage to put them all together for the Ironman distance race. But yeah, it's basically this year. Try again, repeat next year.
No, it definitely is. Thank you ever so much. Hopefully that wasn't too painful for you guys, but it's been great to just share where we're at, who you are, what your role is. If you are new to the channel and you want to get the reminders that we send out as new content's done, there's a little link at the bottom of the screen with the logo on. Click on that and it says subscribe, and then you'll get videos that we upload, so videos like this or other stuff that we are going to be doing. So other than that, thank you ever so much for your time, and I will do the normal wave goodbye. Thank you ever so much, and we'll
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.